All right. We're live. Um, Sorry for the delay. There was just like a weird, like, copyright infraction on one of my Predator videos. I wonder if someone's trying to silence Canada. Let's see here. Let's invite some people. Share, copy link. We're gonna talk all about Predator. We're going to talk all about the other games going on. We live. Let's just get this here. Lots going on, right? Every week it feels like just when there's no news, there's a lot of news. And copyright infringement. Yeah, I just got a copyright infringement on one of my YouTube lives for Predator. Now, I think you have to, like, complain. I'm wondering if the Pinball Brothers are trying to get this channel shut down. I don't think so. Well, good luck. Good luck. What's up, Brian? What's up, Joe? What's up, gentlemen? Here we are in the garage of Canada talking about pinball. You know, I will say this. I think the battle lines are drawn. I do. I think the companies that are executing right, if you ask me right now, Spooky Pinball, Jersey Jack Pinball, Stern Pinball. After that, Barrels, they're getting games out, not as many as they should be. But man, it feels like that's kind of like those are the big guys now. Chicago Gaming Company, I guess they're getting out. I don't know. The Pulp Fiction seemed like they're done with the Pulp run, but I don't really see any Medieval Madness Merlin editions going out. Does anyone see those games? We don't even talk about those games. What's up, Dana? What's up, Todd? You want to hear my Arnold impersonation? I'll do it later. It's like I don't even understand what they do now to get. I know they just put up another gameplay video. It's even less exciting. I don't know I don't know. I just don't think you can make Predator without Arnold. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Harry Potter. We're going to talk about X-Men. Man, it's like a whole new game. Mike Vinokur is like changing the entire game now. And what's good about X-Men now is they're totally going to listen to feedback and kind of build this a little bit with the community input, which is good. They're adding a lot of stuff people like. They're taking away some stuff though that people also like. People really like the Sentinel hand stopping the ball and breaking the ramps. I think they took that away at some point in the game, and people don't like removing that. So I think we're going to see Stern Pinball really, I like the verbiage from Stern right now. It's like what you're seeing is the first in what will be a series of major updates for this game. So yeah, X-Men coming back. Here's my take on what is it, June 28th. Are we going to see Jaws 50th next week? Maybe, right? Harry Potters are landing. I still don't I don't know. Does anyone here have a Harry Potter CE yet? Does anyone on the chat right now have a Harry Potter? Yeah, I think, we're going to let people come in the door over the next couple minutes, then we'll get into the stuff, gang. But Yeah, and it's getting to the point now where if you don't have a great launch of a game, you can't really recover like you used to. They're like this slow burn world of pinball buying for this much money is it's over. Like it's over. Todd's waiting on his CE. Okay. Has anyone streamed the game recently? Like, is there someone streaming the new code? Let's see if we can find that. Hold on a second. I'm gonna see if I can find that on YouTube so we can watch a little bit of Harry Potter pinball. Let's see. Uh 9 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 6 days ago. Is the 6 days ago the new code? 5 days ago? Um, what would have the new code? 2 days ago? Oh my god, they Kong RS, this guy's still doing it. I mean, he's only getting 1,000 views on an Eric interview. All right, let's do this. I would assume that 5 days ago would be the latest code. Let's see what these guys are doing. No, it's too loud, this one. Let's see if I think Joel's got a stream. Hold on, gang. I'm just finding us. All right, let's see. I don't know. I just no, I don't wanna I don't wanna watch, I don't wanna watch a stream right now. Sorry. Alright. Are there arcade editions on the line? Does anyone know? Like, what's the latest? So down south pinball, I'm just curious, since you have a Harry Potter at home, have they made the movie modes more meaningful, more impactful? I mean, that to me, like, that's where this game is gonna either be a great game or like, a fun game to shoot, but kind of sterile in connecting with the Potter movies. So I'm just curious, since you have one, what it's been like with Harry Potter at home, because I still don't see them really making it feel like the movie modes are really significantly changing the vibe of the game. You kind of start a movie and it's just no matter what, if you hit the shots or not, it doesn't matter. It times out and it goes into the next scene and then into the next scene. We're gonna talk about the new Stern toppers. Don't worry. Don't worry. I can't. I actually got it wrong. It's $400 just for the base of that topper, and then the Stern logo is another $100 for that flat plastic logo. The world's crazy, people. We're going to see the new Formula One movie in IMAX tomorrow. 4 tickets are $133 for 4 movie tickets. $133. No wonder people don't go to the movies anymore. I didn't have a problem with the movie mode before. It's still fine. Okay. I mean, I don't know, man. Then down south, then I just feel like the game is like it's kind of like just getting through the multi-balls then. Like that's kind of it. Um, I don't know. I don't know. What's your overall opinion about Potter? All right, let's do this. Let's get some focus here, Kaneda, on this Saturday morning spectacular. Let's start out with Predator. Let's talk about Predator first because have seen enough gameplay now, and I think you've all heard enough of the call outs, "Get to the job, go, it's like the I feel like Predator is just it just seems like a very like, I don't know, it just feels a little boring watching the gameplay of it. I don't again, it's because it's following games like Kong and games like Harry Potter and games like Elton John and Jaws. Like, it just doesn't look that interesting to shoot at all. There's not much in it. And look, you can't make Predator without Arnold. You can't make that movie without Arnold. The entire movie revolves around him. It's like making Hamlet without Hamlet. And you can see it, like, even in the clips, like, he's the one that brings all the energy and all the badassness to the movie. It's not just seeing, like, the jungle leaves and the predator and just random call outs from Dutch's crew. Like, you need Dutch. Yeah, your soldiers die, then they get revived. It doesn't make sense. I know, I know. Look, um, I don't know. It's just like it just does. It's not working. It's not working. And look, if I were the Pinball Brothers, I would have gone in a different direction, knowing the limitations, because it's just really hard to compete at these modern prices. Remember, this gang is game. This game is what I wanted to say. Is over $15,000 with tariffs and taxes and shipping and yeah, it's like no one's buying this thing for 15.5. No one's buying it for 12. Like I don't know. I think everyone's already gun shy to pull the trigger on new in-box games in general. And if you were going to pull the trigger on a new in-box game, it's probably going to be Potter. It's probably going to be. I mean, the smart Potter buy right now is not the CE. God bless you guys that bought a Potter CE for 15. I don't understand why. Like, they're gonna be everywhere. They're gonna be so much cheaper than 15, and they're gonna make it for a long time. And the code's only on 0.7, like 3 or 4. So you've got over a year left to code the game, hear feedback, make changes. By the time Potter's code complete, I fully believe this, but by the time Potter is code complete, I think you're going to see CEs for 10, 11. I think you're going to see LEs for 8, and I think you're going to see arcades for 7. 6,500. It's just they're just going to make so many of them. It won't take 3 years. You know why it won't take 3 years, Todd? Because unlike Guns N' Roses, remember, Guns N' Roses still only has 500 CEs. Jersey Jack will make a few thousand of these Harry Potter CEs. So I also think when people see the LE with the radicals next to the CE, I actually think the LE is going to be the nicer pin. When people see the CE and the matte finish on the decals or the artwork, I don't know. It doesn't pop as much as I thought it would. And the topper is atrocious. So, like, I really do feel like the CE to me isn't like the clear way to go. I actually think the LE with the radicals is going to be a nicer version of the game. And people are going to make nicer toppers for this game than the CE topper. I also just am really curious to see what people's feelings on Potter are like 3 months after owning it. Is it still going to be pulling people in? So we shall see. It's brand new. It's brand new. And I actually think it's going to be a huge hit for Jersey Jack. And I think it's going to sell like hotcakes for a few years. It's going to give Steve Ritchie more time to make his pin. I think we're going to get Jaws 50th next week. Then John Borg episode 1 through 3. Then we're gonna get a remastered Walking Dead. Why? I don't know. Then I think it's Pokemon by Keith Elwin in January. And then we're gonna get Beetlejuice from Spooky Pinball in December. The game that's gonna be the game that sells out is Beetlejuice. It's gonna sell out in instantly. I think Beetlejuice will be the biggest um, FOMO slash it'll significantly increase in price. I think Beetlejuice is gonna crush for Spooky with Franchi on artwork, and it's just great. So we have to talk about this Potter artwork thing. This artist has made a statement that in blending together all the art elements, AI was utilized, and not everybody who worked on the project, I can't talk today, on the project was aware of him using it. Now, in the end, I know that Eric and the team at Jersey Jack had to have seen this stuff. They didn't catch it. The folks at Warner Brothers that approved this didn't catch it. But the artist himself should have caught all of it. And I think there's something like 50 of the display model edition CEs have the issues, or the old playfields. There's a new playfield. I don't think we're going to get Iron Man again. And yes, Beetlejuice would be 888 units. Spooky's smart. They know they want to just keep demand strong. They don't want to overdo it like they did Scooby-Doo. And I think they're going to have a huge hit. And I think they also have Gremlins. I think it's just going to be like they did it. They got like the nostalgic stuff everybody's going to want. So to put a pin on this AI art issue with Harry Potter, it is embarrassing for them. I know they had to destroy a lot of playfields to fix the problem. And you know what's crazy is in the end, the man who's going to retire a multi-millionaire, he will have way more money than Keith Elwin will ever have, or George Gomez, or the man who's making the most money in pinball is going to get even richer because of this mistake, and that's Mirko. I mean, think about it. They're going to pay him again to make more playfields. He's making money on everyone. So when this mistake happens, Jersey Jack's mistake, not his, so he gets even more money. Even when his playfields were crappy, Jersey Jack made us buy them at cost. So he got paid again, Mirko. Ridiculous. But I think the AI scandal will come and go pretty quickly, and people won't care anymore. Like I don't. And I was thinking, like, wow, will those original playfields with the mistakes, you know, the dragon with the 4 eyes, and will that become the most collectible version, the variant that has the mistakes? I don't think so. This isn't a rare Star Wars action figure. This is a $15,000 mass-produced pinball machine. Yeah, I think Mirko is an investor in JJP. I think that's why they can't get rid of him. Is what it is. I mean, guy's smart. He's in the right place at the right time. Yeah, I think Harry Potter is just. Here's my thing about Potter, gang. It still doesn't have any wow under the glass. I'm just gonna say it. What's the wow thing happening under the glass in Harry Potter? I'll let you guys answer. We got 71 people here. There's just nothing magical happening under the glass. And for a game with that as the theme, I'm still disappointed in how kind of empty it is, and yet people are saying it's packed. So I know there's a lot of apologists, but I see way more interesting stuff happening in King Kong, in Dune, in I don't know, even like in Jaws, like even I just there's just not much happening. Like only one thing in the entire game moves that interacts with the ball. Just one thing. I mean, go play Monster Bash, go play Batman 66, go play Wizard of Oz, go play Pirates of the Caribbean, go play Godzilla. Like I just don't see where the wow is happening. Yeah, it's very skimpy underneath the hood, gang. Like there's not much in it. I mean, I feel the same way. I thought it was a cool game to play, but it's not mind-blowing. And I just wish there was like there's way more in Houdini and in Oktoberfest than is in Harry Potter. I mean, there's so much more in Evil Dead. So much more. Evil Dead has, I feel like, 3 times more things interacting with the ball than Harry Potter does. Remember, gang, there's a reason why they can sell you a $10,000 arcade edition that removes nothing from the game. Think about that for a minute. And they're making money on that game. So, like, what do you think the bomb is on Harry Potter if they're making money on a 10K version? Just think about that for a minute. 6,500, right? Maybe at most. So then you're going to like basically the fact that the same exact game is 15,000. That's a whole nother pinball machine. It's like a whole nother game you could buy for no more game. No more game. No more code. No more mechs. No more nothing. You're getting the same exact game. So for all the, I don't know, like this is modern pinball now. The modern pinball content creators that enjoy gameplay and flow will just fall back on the gameplay as being the reason why the game is fun. And, and like it's like, okay, then price is irrelevant. I mean, that's been the gaslighting of this community for the last like 5 years. It's just funny to me. They've been taking more out of these games and charging more money. And seemingly that's okay with so many people reviewing the product. You know what I'm saying? Like if I were charging you a lot more for a car and then every model had less horsepower, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the future models were slower. Would you pay more? If I took more materials out of the interior and made the car cheaper inside, would you buy it for more money? And I just think that's what's happened in the hobby is we're like justifying what's in these games, and there's not a lot in them, to be honest. I think there's a lot more interesting stuff happening in King Kong than is happening in Harry Potter. But I think Potter as a theme is better than King Kong. I think Potter's theme integration is much better than King Kong. King Kong, the miss on Kong for me is the absolute moronic decision. And I'm going to call it a moronic decision. And I know, Keith, you're the best designer in the world, but the fact that you did not design a King Kong pinball machine where the damn gorilla is on top of the damn Empire State Building as the major mech in the game is like absolutely ridiculous to me. Like just hard stop there. You have the most iconic thing he's known for, and then you don't put it under glass. You could have had an Empire State Building rise up from underneath the playfield. You could have had him up there and the planes are swirling around and you got to bash the planes because you're Kong. Whatever it is, there's just nothing like him just there, like masturbating in front of a subway car is not Kong. Like, it's just not. They said they tried it, but I'm so tired, David, of these like, yeah, we tried to get Jaws to eat the ball, but it didn't work. We tried to put King Kong on a building, but it looked dumb. Come on, this is such like do you really believe them? Do you really believe them that they can't execute the very iconic things that Jaws is known for and King Kong? It's just then find a solution. We need him to be on top of the building. We need Jaws to eat the ball. Like, I'm sorry. Like, what is this? Like, oh, yeah, it looks stupid. It wasn't fun to play. Sure. Go from Potter to Kong and tell me they are comparable. Get real. A falling apart cartoon Kong. Well, the Bill, welcome to the party. The quality issues on King Kong are absolutely embarrassing. I don't even think Stern like even play test these games enough anymore. Clearly, they did not test X-Men or Kong. The new factory in general has been cranking out some really questionable quality control products. I already did my gym, Bill. I did my gym. Today was biceps and triceps. So yeah, try and keep up, okay? Uh, Gang, everybody should be working out. I mean it. I always say this. If you did a push-up for every post on Pinside, this would be the most ripped community in the world. Like, imagine if Iceman did 35,000 push-ups instead of 35,000 posts on Pinside. Just seriously, he'd be jacked. So look, I don't know. Kong is still. I've said this on my show yesterday, though, Bill. I think in the end, 500 push-ups 5 days a week. Amazing, Bill. Bill, how many do you do straight through? Like, I know you're not doing 500 in a row, but do you do like 50 break, 50 break? Like, what's your cadence there? I'm curious. Or is it throughout the day? Because that's a lot. That's a lot. You know what I do is a deck of cards. It's a fun workout. Every Monday is I take a deck of cards and I flip over one card at a time. And black cards are push-ups or pull-ups. And how I do it now is anything 8 or below is a pull-up, right? And you do the number on the card. So I would do like 8 pull-ups. I got an 8. Or if I got a 6 of spades, I do 6 pull-ups. Anything 9 or above is a push-up of that number. Face cards are 15 push-ups and aces are 20. And then every red card is a sit-up. And I just go through the whole deck. Nice. Nice. Bill, you're a monster. Bill's in great shape. Always has been since I've known him. I mean, Sabrina's in better shape, but he's in good shape. Bill, you know I envy you, brother. Like you're not stuck in that 9 to 5 grind. You know, you have the freedom to do it right. It's good. It's good. It's how we all should. It's the ambition we should all have. Take care of your mind, body, and the rest will follow for sure. I think putting Kong next to Harry Potter, Kong looks like it should be 50% cheaper. Okay? Frank just said it best. It looks washed out. It looks dull. It looks cheap. But it's still a great game. Here's the thing, gang. I think they're both great games. I think they're both great games. Jersey Jack's platform is just so much nicer looking. But Kong and the code they're going to put in it's going to be a great game. It's probably going to fall apart on you like every few months, but it's still going to be a great game. It's never going to have like a crazy following though. Like Kong Kong didn't sell that great. I just don't think people want to spend that much money on it, and I think everyone's happy to. A lot of people are happy to just wait. I agree. I think X-Men. Okay, let's talk about X-Men now. They're gonna make X-Men great. And I think X-Men's layout is better than Kong's. I've said this before. I think Jack Danger is actually a more interesting designer than Keith Elwin. Look, they're both really good, but I think Jack is as good as Elwin. And I mean this when I say this. Their first two games, if you look at what was it, Iron Maiden, and what was Elwin's second game? I can't remember if it was Avengers or Jurassic Park. But I think Foo Fighters and X-Men as his first two games are just as good as Keith Elwin's first two games. So they're both amazing designers. Like but I don't think people talk about Jack Danger in the same light as Keith Elwin, and I think they should. I think that Stern has the best two designers in all of pinball, in those two guys. I don't think Eric's up there yet. Again, like Potter's fun to shoot. It's not as interesting creatively as Elwin and Danger's games. So okay, but here's the thing. Mike Vinacore is now in charge of code. You know whose name you never heard when they showed us the new code? Kano. Not Kano. Wyson, right? Wyson. Why did I say Kano? Wyson, right? Who's the dude that nerfed it from the beginning? Wyson. So I think that it's absolutely awesome and music to your ears if you own an X-Men. I think X-Men LE. I'm just gonna say this, and I've said this before. I think X-Men LE is in my top 5 of best looking, sexiest Stern machines of all time. Let me give you my top 5 right now, and I'm just going to do this off the top of my head. The top 5 best looking Stern machines of all time as a total package, right? When you stand over these 5 games, head to toe, the armor, the cabinet artwork, the playfield artwork. Let me give you my top 5. Coming in at number 1, Batman Super Limited Edition. There is no sexier machine that Stern has ever made than Batman Super Limited Edition. Number 2, in terms of jaw-dropping, wow, Ghostbusters LE. Okay? Ghostbusters LE. Everything about it. It's so beautiful. Like, it just looks so good. Coming in at number 3, Deadpool LE. I think Deadpool, it is just that the whole package is just so damn nice. Okay, so that's Deadpool LE, number 3. Number 4, I would put X-Men LE. I think X-Men LE is absolutely stunning. And then number 5 would be Elvira. Elvira. I actually think the Elvira Anniversary Edition is the nicest. I think it's nicer than the Blood Kiss. I do. I like the colors. So I would put Elvira as number 5. But those are all stunning machines. Star Trek LE is nice. But Star Trek playfield is garbage, Anthony. Like Star Trek LE is like, that was the drag and drop crappy Photoshop days of Stern art. Predator's dead on arrival, huh? Did anyone order Predator? Did anyone order the game? Do you guys want to, if you did you guys hear my show? Hold on, let's play it real quick. Let's just listen to the opening because it's funny. Share screen. Harry Potter. All right, let's turn up the volume here. Come on. That was the end of it. Let's restart it.
And the stronger weapon you have, the better things will get as well. Now we start Choppa multiple in the jungle. Go! Get to the chopper! And there will be a number of jackpots lit. Get to the chopper!
Go! What the hell was that, ladies and gentlemen? They forgot to say run. Run is what he says in the movie. I would love to look at everybody's face right now who ordered a Predator and is now being like, what did we just do? Go! Pinball brother! Yeah, I mean, I sound just like it. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't think anyone's like you. How do you really order that game? You know, I think Scott, I think you said it, man. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. Like I think they're trying. So I got a copyright infringement on one of my Predator videos, and I think they're trying to like silence me or something. Someone complained. Someone flagged my content. I don't know. I always say this. I would say this to Andrew Highway. I would say it to the Pinball Brothers. There's nothing I can say or do that can hurt your pinball company. Any mistake, if your company fails, it's because of something you did. And I feel that way about this game. I feel the way about the Pinball Brothers. Like this was all their decision. They wanted to make an Arnold-less Predator game. I would have told them this is a bad decision. You'd be better off making the last Starfighter with all the assets. If you just made the last Starfighter with all the assets from the movie, you would have sold more than you'll sell of Predator without Arnold. If you made, I'm trying to think of themes that I know are probably easier to get. If you made Police Academy, right, with all the actors, if you made Naked Gun, if you made Airplane the movie, right? I bet it's cheaper to get Airplane the movie and all the actors in it than it is to do Arnold-less Predator. So are there super chats? Can you even super chat? I don't know. Frank, I got to figure this out because like I am making no money. Maybe I didn't turn them on. Let's see. I don't know. I'll figure it out next time. You guys can't hear it, but like Killian is just yelling in the other room, and it's just you can't hear it, and all I hear is him screaming at Brenda about something. You know, I watched Rogue One after watching season 1 and 2 of Andor, and I've seen Rogue One before, and I loved it. But man, it's like when you go watch Rogue One now, it like after watching Andor, you're like, I don't even know how I even enjoyed it, not having any of the backstory of any of those characters. Like, absolutely, Andor is way better than Rogue One. it's like Rogue One. You barely get a surface level understanding of who these characters are, but in Andor, you really connect with all the emotion and the moments and how the rebellion is really built. You don't really feel that in Rogue One nearly as much. Like Cassian Andor doesn't really, you don't really understand what he's been through to get there. Now, in totality, those three things, Andor season 1, 2, and Rogue One, are I think maybe the best Star Wars storytelling ever. And it adds so much more impact to what happens in A New Hope. Incredible. Like, Lucas never should have sold it, and they bastardized everything. But any chance Borg's game is Andor Rogue One? I don't think so. I think it is going to be. I mean, I would love it to be. I think it's going to be episode 1 through 3. I think episode 1 through 3 makes more sense. There's more action sequences in those movies. There's more like spectacle going on. There's more battles going on. You know, building the rebellion's there's not as much fighting. I think if we get Darth Maul and Duel of Fates, and you get Attack of the Clones, and you get Yoda with his lightsaber, and you get General Grievous, and you get Emperor Palpatine, and I think if they do it right, I think it's going to be pretty awesome. The the issue is going to be Jar Jar Binks, how they handle Jar Jar. I don't know. Yeah, it's like it's like knowing what we know now, like Misa think a big a doo-doo if they have too much Jar Jar in the game. Now we already have, like, right, the Pinball, what is it? Why am I blanking on the name? Pinball 2000, right? The John Papaduke game. That was so we've seen it, but they didn't know when he made that game what that everyone was going to hate Jar Jar. Spooky should do Five Nights at Freddy's. No. Spooky should not do that. Has anyone played Dune? I talk a lot about how does Pinball Barrels of Fun get Dune enthusiasm going. I watched the Carl stream. Will Stern run Batman 66 again? I think there's definitely a good chance that we might see a 70th anniversary of Batman next year, I believe. So if they're going to rerun Batman, why not do another anniversary year of it? So I think there could be a good chance of that. They might not want to rerun Batman because of the mechanical complexities in that game, but time will tell. Everything is open for Stern vaulting, gang, because they need money and they need sales. Like they have not had the sales that they thought they were going to get on the last few years of games. So they need some movers and shakers. We got Spooky Luke in the house. Is Grumpy Franchi here? I want to say that, I was talking to a friend about Spooky Pinball this week, and it's interesting. We were saying how, when a game is successful, like Evil Dead, you just don't hear too many people complain about it, right? Because most of Pinside is just the complaining, right? The Harry Potter, everyone complaining about the art. Everyone in King Kong complaining about the quality issues. Everybody complaining about this or that. Where you want to be is no chatter sometimes. Now, no chatter, though, can mean two things. It can mean your game's a hit like Evil Dead and everyone's just enjoying it and waiting for their game. Or it can mean nobody cares about your game and that's why no one's talking about it. So, you want to be the first part of that. But I think that's what Evil Dead has become, is just a hit game where nobody's really, nobody would change much on it. Batman 89 would be amazing. If Spooky did, what I like about Franchi being over at Spooky, and Christopher, welcome to the show, brother. I always love your work, and we've had a very Sicilian-like tumultuous relationship. But I reconciled with my older brother recently, who I was estranged from for 30 years. And if him and I can reconcile, then you best believe one day, Franchi and I already have. One day, we're gonna get Don to accept the handshake. It'll happen. It'll happen one day. Maybe not in this lifetime, right? But I love that Franchi's over at Spooky because he has really good ideas and he understands the pinball market. Wonder Woman with Linda Carter, that would sell. Knight Rider would sell. Superman 70, whatever, 76, 77 would sell. Like Christopher Reeve Superman. Like he knows what people want. And he's on it. Like he's on the pulse of where this hobby is. Superman 78. Yeah, okay. I just think like Stern didn't listen to a lot of what he was suggesting and mocking up for them. And I think Jody Dankberg just made a lot of boneheaded mistakes in the licenses that he greenlit. And, Seth came in to course correct that, but they let a lot of themes that they should have considered. They overlooked them. And now it's maybe too late. Masters of the Universe, G.I. Joe, Transformers. Like we know that Barrels of Fun is working on something because Brian Savage is like the ultimate like G.I. Joe Transformer like dude. So look, if you make Transformers the movie, G1 movie, just make the movie. Don't do the whole series. There's too many episodes. Make the movie with Unicron and Rodimus Prime and Optimus and Megatron and Galvatron and get that soundtrack in it. It would be the greatest pinball machine of all time. And for those of you who have never seen Transformers the movie, it is one of the greatest animated movies of all time. The soundtrack is maybe the greatest soundtrack ever for an animated kids movie. It was ahead of its time. Everything about it, like Optimus dies in the first 15 minutes. So like it would just be incredible. We need some humor in pins. I agree. What's going on? Brenda, say hi. We see you. We see you vacuuming. Vacuum this house. Oh, get to the chopper. My package get delivered. I'm in I'm in the garage. Rodimus Prime book. I think this is my brother. My brother's joined. Gang, my brother wrote an amazing book. Alex, do you have a link for people to check out your book? Talk about getting the right audience to check it out. My brother wrote a book called Rodimus Prime, and it is incredible. And if you love pop culture, it's kind of like Ready Player One meets modern day meets 80s nostalgia, and it's absolutely incredible book. I'm very proud of him. I enjoyed reading it. I know he's made some edits and he's got the latest version, but Alex, I'm not sure if you're ready to share that, but this would be a good audience, and I think these guys will heavily enjoy it. We need Spaceballs would be great. Need some beta readers. All right, gang. Alex, if they want a beta, how do you? If anyone wants to be a beta reader, can you write an email address they can send to you? Who wants to beta read this book? I think you'll enjoy it. No one complains. Yeah, because Franchi doesn't use AI. Because Franchi takes the art you love about the theme and makes it better. Who's gonna complain? Franchi's the butter on top of lobster. That's what he is. You know what I'm saying? Like you got the lobster, but Franchi's the butter. And when you dip that lobster in that butter, you're like, no one's complaining. Nobody. All right, the butter. And his into the chopper. Do you want a Ghostbusters today? Yeah, Frank, you want to bring it over and help me move the Neo Geos upstairs? So here's what we're gonna do. These Neo Geos are gonna go upstairs. And then Frank and I are gonna put a game here. And we are always gonna have a game in the Canada garage that we're gonna rotate in and out. So this way, I will be able to have all of the new games come through here. All of the, like, I'm going to start having a lot more opportunity to get intimate amounts of time on games. So for those of you who say you need to play more, well, your wish will be answered. And I want to play more. I can't play as much upstairs on Guns N' Roses. It's also because that game can't move in and out. Like, I can't move a game in and out of this house like that. Like, that was a nightmare that I never want to go through again to get that game up there. And it's a work of art. I think it's just going to stay, especially looking at the prices of Guns N' Roses Collector's Edition. It's not worth it for me to ever get rid of it now. It's just not. Like, I still think it's a work of art. And I think 10 years from now, GNR Pinball is still going to be one of the coolest rock and roll pinball machine experiences ever. My battery is low. Oh, no. Where's the charger? How much juice we got here? 10%. All right, gang. Here's what we're doing. We're at an hour. So Frank, let me know. We're gonna go into this computer dies. We're gonna go for, like, I don't know if I'm gonna do 90 minutes today. Wanted to get some stuff going around the house. No, the garage is great because, like, I can literally just bring in a game from the street level. No turning corners, no twisting around here and there. Like, I will be able to get games in and out of here. And here's what I love. The community will just, that I know, and the friends I know locally, like Frank, and we have other friends here, like Mike at Automated, they will just loan me a game. I don't own it. Like, hey, Canada, like, I'll let you borrow a Ghostbusters or a Toy Story Collector's Edition. Like, there's such a nice community. Now, what I hesitate a little bit is, like, if Mike gives me a game, if I have a loaner, I don't want to have to praise a game because it was given to me by a distributor. Like, that's something I'll never get on board for that, because I still want to be able to tell you whether I like the game or not. No, see, Derby, that answers I just answered your question. Is I don't want to ever take a game where there's any strings attached, or my feedback on it is meant to sell it for my distro friend. So that's why I don't really think, like, Mike will get me games, but Frank will, and we have other friends locally that live around here that have games. It may fade if you keep putting them in front of the windows. There's no windows here. They wouldn't be in front of a window. And all my windows are UV coated, so no fading. Yeah, Dave Frazier. Where's he been, Frank? I feel like we hung out that one time, and we haven't hung out since. He's a busy guy. He lives right next door in Darien, Connecticut. Big money, Darien. Canada could not afford the Darien taxes. It's crazy when we looked at homes, gang. I mean, it's just like, it's just crazy. Like, one town over, little, better schools. You need $2 million to get something decent. It's crazy. And that's nothing. I was driving to New Canaan yesterday, Frank. Some of the homes that I was passing on this one road, I mean, we're talking $20 million homes, like one after another, after another, after another. I'm just like, wow. Wow. I mean, that's like hedge fund money, or it's just old money, right? If you've been, if you come from a family that's been investing in the markets for not for 10 years, 20 years, but for like 70 years, right? Old money. Just keep growing. All right, here's the deal, gang. I think it's been a good show. We're going to end it at an hour. I want to thank everybody for hanging out this Saturday. It's been fun. I will do more shows next week. We'll see if Jaws comes out. It's a short week. I hope everybody has a great 4th of July. As you know, pinball to me is a winter sport. So as the weather gets good, take care of your bodies, take care of your mind, get out there, enjoy this world, connect with nature, and, really think long and hard. Do I need another $15,000 bid? I mean, nobody does. Nobody does. I think all of these games lately have been put out into the marketplace and into culture before they were done. And I think that's the theme I've seen recently is if you're gonna release a game early before it's complete, it has to have enough in it to really be exciting right away. I think Evil Dead had enough in it right away. I think Kong and Potter do too. Dune didn't. Predator clearly doesn't. Like, I think that's it. Like, you gotta excite people right away. There's only one chance to make a first impression with these games, and at these prices, once you start to second guess it, you're kind of just gonna be like, I don't really care what all these content creators. Oh, it's fun. Yeah, well, okay. Well, see, a lot of content creators need to get all the new pins to have content. I do take some credit in having such entertaining pinball content without even having the pins. Like, you don't need it. Like, I can discuss them and play them elsewhere, but I don't need to spend 15K. All right, everybody, be good. Enjoy your Saturday. Canada. Okay, that was stupid. That was bad. Thanks, everybody. Frank, text me. We'll figure something out. Peace. Let me end this stream.